Cool. Okay, so let's get started. My name's Katie Rollins. I am an independent prover with the amazing company Prüvit. Thank you guys so much for coming. Hi, Jen. See you all smiley. And the cool thing is you guys are independent provers too. And that is magical. And so my goal with this call right now, I was really excited when Brian asked me to do this because I'm going to speak from experience. When I first started, I was like, cool, bonuses, okay, and I'm going to just hit them. I didn't really have a strategy to it. I just put my head down and I started running volume, and that was my strategy. And so when I came and I started, building an organization, I wasn't necessarily sure how to teach what I had been doing because I wasn't really paying too much attention to the resources that we have. In doing that, I found that it was kind of hard for some people to duplicate that because when you just tell someone like go run volume, that's not necessarily a great effective way to teach. So our intent with these calls, we're going to do these every week. We understand that maybe you may have just brought someone in here as well. Like you could have just signed up and then a week later, now you're a promoter and people might be looking to you like, okay, so what do I do? And you might not necessarily know. Well, guess what? Now on top of all of the other resources that you do have just from being with this incredible company, you now actually have a resource that's also going to help your team plug in and learn the basics. So this call is going to be covering the the fast start bonuses. So we put out in the Pulse app that we were not requiring, but would have really preferred had you watched the fast start video. If you have not watched that yet, that video can be found at pruvitnow.com/fast start. That video, when you go down, it is going to break down literally exactly how to do everything that we're going to cover here. And it was really helpful for me when it came out about 3 months in because it really broke down group volume, team volume. For some reason, that just never retained in my brain until they made this video. It was a great visual. So go ahead and copy that, bookmark that, listen to it 40 times if you need to because it really does help explain things. Okay. Hi, welcome back. Okay, so we are going to start. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Before I do, I want to see here, does everyone on here understand what the Gopro bonus is and how to achieve it? Like if someone had to just like rattle off, what do you need? Does everyone understand? It's okay if you don't. Raise your hand if you don't, if you're just kind of like not really sure. Okay. Well, what we are going to do is I'm going to break it down for you very clearly just so there's no questions about it. I am going to start here with a couple different tabs that I'm going to share with everyone. Let me know that when you guys can see this fast start video. Thumbs up, something. Cool. Okay, so this is that fast start video that I talked about. I'm not going to make you watch it, but if I were, it would be, I think it's like 7 minutes long. It explains GoPro, MVP, and how to achieve All-Star, which GoPro, we're going to cover that right now. GoPro is when you have 2 customers, 1,000 in team volume, 800 in personal team volume. I'm going to explain more of this in a less confusing way. MVP is when you have a total of 4 customers and 2,000 in team volume, 1,600 PTV. Okay. When I started, this visual was very overwhelming for me. This did not help me. Now, having achieved this and been able to duplicate and teach this other people, this was a really, really helpful resource. So I don't want you to discredit it completely. That visual is the Go Challenge Guide, which you're going to find in your Cloud Office under your download section, which is right here on your main Cloud page. So your Go Challenge Guide is literally going to give you everything that you need in order to accomplish the GoPro and the MVP bonus. So the GoPro bonus is something that you have 14 days to achieve as soon as you hit your Go Challenge button. So when you started your promoter account, that countdown to starting your Go Challenge has begun. You're not in that period of where you have to actively start working towards it until either you hit that Go Challenge button on your own or your 14-day countdown has ended and then it will activate on its own. As soon as that activates or you've hit your button, it is now time to start moving some volume through your account. So I'm going to assume that everyone started up with the experience. Maybe you didn't start up initially with it, but in that 2-week period, You got it together, you got your experience pack on order. So when you go to hit your GoPro button, you now have all the actual resources to get yourself set up. Because what happens now is you've been working on 5 and 10 days, you've been starting conversations. And if we need some tips on that, I'm gonna share some documents that are gonna help you with that as well. But you've got the keto conversation going. And people have been trying 5 and 10 days and they're into it. They're excited about it. So now you have someone who's curious or who wants to purchase through your website. At that time, you hit the Go Challenge button or the button is started on its own and you're good to go. But if you don't hit that Go Challenge button before someone makes a website purchase, any volume from that is not going to go towards your Go Challenge. So you want to make sure to remember to do that. Write it on a Post-it, put it on your laptop if you have to, just so you don't forget. So now, GoPro can be achieved by having a minimum of 2 customers. And now in a perfect world, everyone's going to flock to you and want to sign up as promoters, right? You can sign up 6 promoters. That's cool. If you don't have any customers, though, you're still not hitting the Go Challenge button. So you do have to work on customers. A cool thing about this, guys, you can be your own customer. You were allowed to create a customer account as your own, purchase it from your Shop Keto site, create just a new cloud username. So like Katie Rollins 1 would be my customer account. And I have my experience pack because I'm getting 5 and 10 days out. But guess what I'm going to need? Some ketones to drink for myself. Aren't we? Don't we all drink ketones too? So if you're focusing on your experience pack being for the people to get 5 and 10 days out, but you're going to need a box of Maui, create your customer account, purchase it from yourself. You have one unique customer right there. Now you just need a second. So from that time, you know, you do have people that were drinking 5 and 10 days. That's awesome. You know, get those people that were having a good experience and link them into a 3-way message with your coach, whoever you signed up with. If you happen to sign up with someone who totally ghosted on you, find the next person, find out who your COC is, get creative, reach out to me, reach out to Brian, Kendra, Jen, Sylvia, anyone, Abigail, and just find out who else can help you in a 3-way conversation. And then they will help lead you through walking that person to becoming a customer. So now you have 2 customers. That's meeting that one requirement. You now just need to get a total of 1,000 team volume. This document is really helpful because it gives you an example, but I don't want this to be overwhelming to you because that was what kind of made me not uncomfortable. I was like, I don't have anyone who wants to become a promoter. So like this experience pack thing, I thought that the requirement was I have to have 2 customers and a promoter. Otherwise I'm not going to hit it. And that's not the case. You just need to have a minimum of 2 customers and you're going to have a minimum of 1,000 volume points, whatever that looks like. So if you are sharing this product, you're involving your coach in 3-way messages, you guys are getting the word out about ketones and ketosis, you can build this entire thing based off of customers. Now, when I started as a promoter, and very, very many of you, I know for a fact you guys have started this and people are probably coming out asking you, they're kind of curious about the business. You could very easily sign a promoter in your first 2 weeks. Like that's a very realistic thing, but I don't want you to think that that's the necessity to do so. So you're going to work together with your coach. You're going to get that 1,000 in team volume. You're going to hit GoPro within your first 14 days, and that's going to get you $250. So that's awesome. And on top of it, little side things, you also earn Prüvit bucks too. That's showing over here as the endorsement bonus. Oh, and you actually have some more money that's going on, but for sake of trying to hit these 2 bonuses. So now you've knocked out the 250 because you did it within the first 14 days. What you need to do now for MVP is just do that again. Like keep it as simple as do that again. You just need to have a total of 4 customers now. So you're going to add 2 more, and then you need to get another 1,000 in team volume. So if you're not exactly sure what that looks like outside of this example here, if you're in your Prüvit downloads area and you find your customer buying guide, assuming that you live in the US, if you're in Canada, yours is going to be Canada over here. You click that. Do you guys see a product guide now, by the way? Is that what's showing? Okay. So this product guide is all that you need to know. Literally, you can backtrack. If you're a reverse engineer kind of person, you know, if you have a customer who's like, I really like the Orange Dream that I tried, boom, get them on a 30-day box of Orange Dream and get yourself 100 volume points. This was really helpful for me when I found it because I was able to literally reverse engineer, work backwards. One sec, sorry. So this document's really helpful. If you do have people that are coming on board, they want to promote this, like they're all in, and you're like, I have no idea what volume is for your promoter packs. The promoter buying guide, which is in that download area, is going to tell you the volume as well. everything's kind of in small print, but it's all here. So that I'm going to also tell you, just for working towards your bonuses, get really into all these downloads. These downloads, like, you can get enrolled by a golden retriever and still have success with this company. Don't think it has to be up to the person that signed you up to show you everything, because you got everything you need right here. So all of these documents I'm finding in my download section, to include how to share proof. So this for me was super helpful. If you are a brand new prover, literally you signed up today, so maybe you don't know, maybe you signed up past noon Eastern time, so you weren't on a call today. You know, we have these daily calls where we're going to give you some great directives, some great steps to share at the startup keto conversation. If you haven't been on a huddle call yet, you're going to get a notification for it tomorrow. Get on a huddle call. But Prüvit is going to give you ways to share this product with people. So this is a great one. The How to Share Prüvit document is going to get you ways to start up conversations, super simple ways to start up conversations. I do a lot of work on social media. I do a lot of work at Starbucks. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I sit at Starbucks and I network. I meet people there, and I have literally used things off of this document to start conversations. There are other ways that you can start conversations as well. The share hacks, it's freaking awesome. Like, it's awesome. They give you everything that you really need to get started, to get comfortable. If you're like, I don't even know what to say, like, put up a post. Do you know anyone that wants to gain some energy? Message me. Like, I know that that might not be something that you would normally say, maybe tweak it a little bit to be your language, but do you want to know how many people need energy? Like, literally all of us before we started drinking ketones, right? So don't feel weird about asking questions. Don't feel weird about starting a conversation, because reality is, you start the conversation, you're going to find people are going to want to try this product. You can start them up with a 5 or 10 day, or hey, you can go right for it and be like, listen, you work out. Like, I know that you told me that you work out. The Maui Max is incredible. You know, let me connect you with my coach really quick. They can kind of explain a little bit more about it. Get them set up with that box, and then boom, you got another customer. Boom, you got 80 volume points. How do I know that? Because I've got my customer buying guide that's going to tell me the volume points. So that is the long and short of how you're going to actually achieve the GoPro and the MVP bonuses. Let me see if there's anything that I could have missed here. The All-Star, which you may or may not know, but the All-Star is going to be your next bonus after you knock those out. The All-Star, you have 120 days to hit from when you start your promoter account, and that just means that you're going to help now 5 people that you bring into your organization hit MVP as well. So ultimately, you're going to be working with them just like your coach is working with you. They're not working with you. Just reach out, find the next person that can work with you that's within your organization, and you guys can work together. Okay, so this is the portion of the call where ask me whatever questions you want, like literally, that have to do with the GoPro or the MVP bonus. Because it really is that easy. And if there's no questions, that's totally fine too. In the chat, was this pretty clear to everyone? I also want to just make sure that I kind of got the information out in a clear manner. Do you guys feel like you have a good understanding of the basics? 2 customers, 4 customers, 1,000 volume, 2,000 volume. Okay. No, don't have to be on SmartChip. They have to be unique customers. Would you help with that too? Oh, thanks, Tans. So yes, I have 2 cloud accounts. One is a promoter. Well, damn, look at y'all go with questions now. Okay, I'll go back in a sec. You can have a cloud account as a customer. When signing yourself up as a customer, how does that work with the Prüvit bucks from your working account? So you are going to earn Prüvit bucks as one of your customers. It'll just go into your promoter account. So, and for the record, Prüvit bucks, this is not necessarily a GoPro MVP thing, but Prüvit bucks, you need to have 2 customers, and then they're going to take the average of the volume associated with the 2 highest purchases, and that's what you're going to earn in Prüvit bucks. So, by the way, you can purchase product for your 5 and 10 days through your customer account as well, and get yourself some Prüvit bucks that way too. quick again about making your own account. So basically my website, guys, you can all go purchase from it right now if you'd like, but it's katierollins.shopketo.com. So what I would do to create my own customer account is I would go to katierollins.shopketo.com. I would put something in my cart, I would purchase it, or I would go to the next screen when it goes to checkout, and then our customers, what they see is a new screen that's going to give them the availability to create their own cloud ID and then create their own cloud ID password. So I create Katie Rollins 1 and then my password, and then I check out, and now Katie Rollins has just purchased from Katie Rollins. And this is completely okay and compliant, by the way. Got the, yeah, I didn't know. I was like, oh, cool. Okay, great. If you do not hit GoPro, you can still hit MVP. Absolutely. How do you about purchase as a customer versus a 5 or 10 day? So Flor, so now this is going to be up to you. My initial conversations when I started was I was very focused on the fact that I had 200 of packets mailing to my house. And I was like, I do not want these things in my house. So I wanted to get them sold before they came. When I started having customers, or when I started having conversations with people, and I saw how easy it was if I kept it simple with, what do you know about ketones or ketosis? They say nothing, they say everything. Long story short, we're going to share the campfire video with them. From that point, I asked them what the benefits were that they heard that sound like a game changer for them, just like the play that works. And then from that point, I say, so you have 2 options. You can start up with a 10-day if you'd like. I have my supply coming, or the box just showed up. I've got a long list of people who want it. Or I can connect you with my coach really quick, and maybe we can go down the different flavors and you can see which one might be the best fit for you. And you can just get the 20 serving box or the 30 serving box. And then, you could just commit to doing 30 days of this with me, and we'll still be here to coach you through it. Don't be like, it's kind of a sales thing that people assume that if you ask, someone's going to say no. But if you don't ask, you don't know if someone's going to actually say no. And it's still after someone's watched that campfire video, they're excited. They want to try it. And the 5 or the 10 day may be cool to them, but at the same point, if you get someone who's just no, I do work out. Yeah, I've heard about the max. That's awesome. Let's do it. If you don't ask them that and you just assume that they're going to want to go with a 5 or a 10 day, then they're not going to know that oh, I could just buy this outright from the person right now. So that is the way that you can start moving volume through your account from the very beginning. If you kind of let that thought process of, I have all these packets coming to my house and they're going to sit there, they're not going to just sit there. You're going to move them. So, while you're in your GoPro period, don't be afraid to kind of see if you can move some volume. You can sign up your spouse as a customer. You can have a household account. So I wouldn't sign your spouse as a customer because it's a household account. I can get some clarification on that, but I do not believe to do sorry about that, the spouse account. Does the volume roll for the All-Star MVP if the month crosses over? Your volume resets, for All-Star? All-Star, it's going to be 5 people that establish MVP. So when you're in your GoPro and your MVP period, even if you cross over months, that volume is going to stay that you're tallying up. So let me show you really quick. I'll do one more screen share. I'm really sorry. I'm just continuing to go here. One more thing. Try to share a screen. So this is in your rewards section. I moved this. In your rewards section, you're going to see your GoPro bonus area right here. If these were not achieved already, you're going to see these tally bars that when you hover over them, it's going to show you the actual points that you've accumulated so far. So now that I have accomplished the bonus, they're not there anymore to see. But so there would be a yellow bar here. And when I would hover over it, if it was at 700 BV, it would show me exactly how much I had. So then you can go back and reverse engineer with using those other documents that I showed. One sec. I'm going through back these questions in 1 second. Okay, can you get MVP Pro when someone signs up as a promoter? Do they have to purchase 900 experience pack? Oh, they could do the family pack. Like, can 100% do the family pack too. The volume, any volume that you're running through your account, guys, is going to work towards these bonuses. So if you have someone that did not sign up, actually, I think that is on one of these documents. Hold on one second. I will look. I would go there. There is a Go Challenge Tracker document. I'm going to show you really quick. Yeah, there's a Go Challenge Tracker document, and that's going to be really helpful too in showing the GoPro and the MVP if you're a different kind of virtual person that wants to be able to check things off. But I do know that you can, any of the volume that's going to run through your account is going to work towards those bonuses. So if they do family packs, that's fine too. Okay, Jen, you got Patricia. Thank you. What if I refer 2 customers before I sign up as a promoter? Do they count towards your GoPro challenge? No, they do not. If you, as soon as you start your promoter account, that's when you even have the availability to start working towards the GoPro. And even then you have to hit the Go Challenge button first. So if you forget, then any of the volume that goes through before you hit it, it doesn't count towards the bonus. So what do you say to someone after they try or during the trial, the 10-day, do you have set something you say just in the beginning, like, what do you know? So Kim, what I do with my 5 or 10-day people, and this took a lot of trial and error and a lot of figuring out stuff that wasn't working. It's going to be a little bit case by case with people because, again, we do have very easy duplicatable systems, but you don't want to sound like a script either, because then people hear that. So you do want to listen. You want to ask them how the experience is going. So I'm going to give you an example right now of when I send out a 5 or a 10-day. I put a little card now in my 5 or 10 days, and I'm like, hey, I'm so excited for you. Message me as soon as you receive this, because then, like, I'm going to track it anyway, but people are excited when they get that and they literally message me. So that's really helpful. So then I ask them, okay, so this is awesome. Are you starting it today? Do me a favor, message me 2 hours after you've drank this. And then they message me. And then I'm like, okay, how is it going? And they're gonna be like, it's good. Or like, I'm not really sure, this and that. What I really like doing, guys, because very often some people are gonna drink this and they're not really even sure if they're experiencing anything. What I'll ask and be like, I know for myself, and now this is where you insert your own personal thing. For me, day 1, I felt like I had a little bit more focus. I had a little bit more mental clarity, and I thought I had a little bit more energy too. And so I say that, I'm like, day 1 for myself, I noticed more mental clarity and focus, a little bit more energy. Would you agree? And then it kind of gives them, it's kind of like a positive speaking into the benefits, and can actually give them words when they're possibly not completely sure what they're experiencing. And then they're going to say yes, they're going to say no, they're going to say, okay, that's awesome. So here we go. Tomorrow's day 2. Send me a message 2 hours after you drink it. They're probably going to send you a message, if not follow up with them. By day 2 or 3, I'm putting it in their ear that it's going to really suck when they run out, because it really does actually suck when you run out of ketones. So from that point, I'm like, which ones, if you had to pick right now, which one would your favorite be? And if any of you guys are putting raspberry lemonades in your 5 or 10 days, you already know that that's going to be the favorite. So I say, like, for myself, the raspberry lemonade was my favorite one. Do you like that one? Yeah. Okay, cool. So here's what I'm thinking, because running out of ketones is really hard. Do you want to start thinking about getting a supply of your own? And then they're going to say yes, or they're going to say, I'm not really sure. Get your coach, put them in a 3-way message. And especially if you're new at this, let your coach show you how this is done. So you don't need to figure it out. I did a lot of crash and burns in messages, so bad, because I continue to just not involve the people who already knew how to do this. And I'm just like, I got this. I can just do this. No, make it easy on yourself. Involve other people. But that's where you kind of can't just like generically reply with anything, because I think people feel that and it doesn't feel like they're being listened to either. If someone's like, I feel nothing, I'm just like, okay, well, which one are you ordering? That's not gonna help anything either. If you sign a promoter, are we the coach, or can they still get guidance from you if we can't explain? Oh, Angelica, I mean, I'm gonna say me, but like anyone that you signed up with, if they should be there to help you. If they're not able to help you, go up to the next, like, I mean, if you're one of mine, like, I gotcha. We're three-way messaging all freaking day long. And that's what I like doing. I know other people on this call right now are doing that as well with their community. End of the day, like, you have people that are going to be, if you get on the huddle calls, you're going to start to see who those people are that you can reach out to very quickly. How much BV do you get if a promoter under you orders the family pack versus the experience pack? That's going to be on that promoter buying guide that's in your downloads area, Sarah. Text messages, Facebook Messenger, whatever is easier. Honestly, whatever manner you guys are speaking in is usually the manner that I'm going to put someone into a three-way in. So if it's a text message, cool. If it's a Facebook message, cool. You have a friend that needs to switch me as their promoter. They already have a promoter account, but need to switch me. She said she tried to call, but there's no one. Yeah, no, they just need to create a new cloud ID. If you have a friend, if you were not a promoter last week, now you're a promoter and your friend's already drinking ketones and she wants to order some, she needs to create a new cloud ID when she goes to your shop keto. And now she's your customer. Jen, you're the bomb. Thank you for helping with that. Cool. We're almost at 9:30. So if there's anything else, feel free. If not, I 1000% recommend getting onto the huddle calls, like zero exaggeration. Get on the huddle calls. You want to start picking up the wording and the pattern language of what the most successful people in this company are doing. Get on the huddle calls. They're going to tell you everything. You're going to hear a lot of the same things that I just said. Connect with your coach. Don't be afraid to start your own business. Get into the download section. We have so much information in there for you guys. Do they record those? The huddle calls are recorded every day. So I'm going to assume that you probably have the Pulse app if you got a notification for this call. So in the Pulse app, I know that they put the replays out in there as well. Cool. All right, guys. I think that is it. You are the CEO of your own biz. That's right. Get it, guys. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much and have a great evening. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to end the call, though. Good night. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Bye.